Welcome back to the Ardent Gooners Network, and this evening I'm going to talk about Manchester United. Now, as much as we're an Arsenal channel, we are also a football channel, and I've stressed that from the word go. Now, Manchester United played in the FA Cup final yesterday, beating Manchester City by 2-1. It was a very shock result. I don't think anybody in the world of football expected that. Indeed, I predicted a Manchester City win by 5-0 and ended up looking very, very stupid. And I'm glad, because I'm glad to see Man United beat Man City. My hatred for Man City pretty much overwhelms any hatred I have for any other club other than Tottenham Hotspur. But more on Manchester United. Now, I've been watching the series 99 on Amazon Prime, which of course talks about Manchester United's successful 1998-1999 season, where they won the Premier League, the FA Cup and the Champions League, winning a historic treble. And I suppose cementing Alex Ferguson's elite sort of regime as the Manchester United manager. He never really waned after that. He was seen as the most successful manager of those times, and to be honest with you, other than Pep Guardiola, has there been a better manager than Sir Alex Ferguson? Now, bringing that into the modern day perspective, there's been a lot of talk about Erik ten Hag and whether he will lose his job. Now, what I was really struck by in the 1999 season is the development of youth. That was something that was explored throughout the 99 series, and again, I would remind any football fan to go away and watch that, because it's a really good watch. In the 1999 series, you got to see the likes of Gary Neville, David Beckham, Nicky Butt, Paul Scholes, Phil Neville, all coming through as they were known as the class of 92. And you can add Ryan Giggs to that as well, of course. The similarity to the modern day Manchester United is Erik ten Hag is doing the exact same thing that Sir Alex Ferguson was doing. Now, why is he not getting the recognition for it? Manchester United fans, you have had supposed elite level managers manage you. You've had Jose Mourinho, you've had Louis van Gaal, you've had a short stint of Ralph Rangnick, which went dreadfully. Erik ten Hag is now doing a very similar thing to what Sir Alex Ferguson was doing. The youth players you've got coming through, Alejandro Garnacho, Willy Cambuala, Kobbie Mainoo, who is probably the find of the season. And yet Manchester United fans, some of you are calling for Erik ten Hag's head, because one season he's finished Man United in 8th place. Now, I understand that there are some real issues with the performance of Manchester United in the Premier League season. I understand that. I've watched them a lot this season, and there have been some really dreadful performances in there. But Manchester United fans, I would say Sir Alex Ferguson didn't get you immediate success. In fact, he was very close to losing his job, as you will know, I'm sure, better than an Arsenal fan like me. But I think there are some real comparisons between the 1990s Manchester United and today's Manchester United. The 1990s Manchester United started the early 90s in a bit of a funk. It didn't get good for Manchester United until the mid to late 90s, when they started winning trophies. And I suspect that Erik ten Hag is trying to follow a similar blueprint to Sir Alex Ferguson, in that he is trusting youth players much more. He hasn't had the availability of some of United's top stars this season, and in fairness to him, when he has had that availability, Man United have looked a different team, like yesterday, where it played a pretty much immaculate game tactically and performance-wise to win the FA Cup for the 13th time. So Manchester United fans, I'm very keen to hear from you. Can you see the similarity between the 1990s team and today's team? Can you see what the manager is trying to do, bringing through Kobbie Mainoo, Cambuala, and Marcus Rashford, of course, a few seasons ago as well? Can you see the similarities that are being developed? And I think, would you still support Erik ten Hag losing his job? As I've said in other videos, who are you going to get in to replace him? Are you really going to trust Kieran McKenna? Kieran McKenna, who has won the championship with Ipswich and had Ipswich promoted. In fact, I think he came second, but he was promoted with Ipswich and he's done a very good job. But it's one season. Erik ten Hag is bringing through youth, he's winning new trophies, and he's really developing Manchester United despite them being in a pretty rotten place with their form. And not all of that's his fault. Do you have to accept that sometimes you need to give the manager time? You need to give a manager proper time to work, do what he needs to do. Ten Hag has had 2 seasons. His first season, he won you a trophy, got 75 points and finished in 3rd. And this season, with a lot of injuries, he's come 8th place. Yes, not good enough for a club like Manchester United, but he's won you an FA Cup and he's got you back into Europe next season. So I would say, if I was a Manchester United fan, which I'm not, and never will be, I would be saying, give him time. Give Erik ten Hag time to do what he needs to do. First and foremost, in football, nothing comes immediately. Ferguson didn't have immediate success. Wenger took time to initially get his invincible side. That didn't happen straight away. In football, things need time to build and develop. And I would allow him to do that, especially with the likes of Kobbie Mainoo coming through. Do you really want to replace him with somebody unproven, with no track record, and go back to the drawing board once again? Man United fans, talking to you directly this evening. Engage with me, engage with the Ardent Gooners Network. Yes, we're an Arsenal channel, but we want to hear from you as well. And tell me what you think. Do you think he needs more time? Do you think you would give him more time? Or do you think I'm talking a load of nonsense and he needs to be sacked? Let me know. Put it in the comments, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.